Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, it's raining. So we are going to go inside and come up with something to eat for dinner. We need the rain though. Alright, see you guys in the kitchen. Alright friends, so here we go. We are going to be making an avocado pudding, but it needs some time to kind of just congeal and get together and get happy and lovely. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this recipe super quick. It's an easy recipe, especially if people are wanting, I gotta bring you guys down a little bit, especially if people are wanting to have like a pudding and they don't really want to get all the starch and ookiness from like a box. I'm going to show you guys a really quick way to make a pudding. So I have some avocados. These are really not as ripe as they should be. These might be like, yeah, they're really tough actually. I don't think this one's as tough. You're gonna need about 3 avocados. Now, if you get those really giant avocados, obviously tone yourself down and you don't need that many, but alright, and you're gonna need a food processor. So I have Old Trusty here. Basically, you're just gonna take this avocado, it's an organic avocado, you're just gonna put it in your food processor. Now you can make this basically for like a single serving. It doesn't have to be for, you know, 8 or 12 people, because obviously the more people, the more avocado you need. Pretty much this is just probably going to be for me. My fiance does not like avocados. I love avocado. I actually eat quite a bit of avocado. Avocados have really good fats, and they grow here in Florida. If you're lucky, you can get them to grow. I have some people that actually grow them. And usually when it's a season, that type of season of avocado season, I get a couple from them, so it's nice. My friend Lori has a friend technically who has an avocado tree. And oddly, it's like in a 55 and up community. She gave me some seeds, and I was trying to grow them. And what ended up happening is we got a nice little frost, and there you go. It was gone. The whole plant was gone. So kind of terrible, but that's kind of the risk you take. We are subtropical, but if we get a nice frost, which has happened, we can definitely lose some of our plants. So like I said, this avocado here is really just too tough, if I'm being fair, for this. You kind of need one that's kind of soft. Like, that one's going to be set aside. This one's kind of soft still, I think. So that's the problem. I bought these. These are organic. These are not fresh. And you got to be careful when you're cutting these, because you will end up, it gets slippery. You will end up hurting yourself, so don't do that. So be cautious. Like I said, you're gonna need 2 to 3 of these, I would say, regular size avocados. These are the avocados that you're really gonna see at the grocery store most often. Like I said, if they're the giant ones, then probably only need 1 of those. But and I probably could have been smart about this video and just already had it out for you guys, and then that way you wouldn't have to sit here and watch me peel it out. But it gives us time to chat and say hello to one another. In this crazy world, that's kind of what we need a little bit, is some more community time and more time with each other, right? Rinse my hands. Alright, so again, like I said, you want to get a food processor so that way you're going to get it nice and creamy. What you're going to need for this is you're going to need some maple syrup. So we have some organic maple syrup that we have purchased from Costco. You can put about 1/4 of a cup in there. It depends on how sweet you actually like your dessert. So I don't measure, as you guys know. And really that moisture is going to be good because you're going to be using, you can use cocoa powder or you can use cacao powder, which is a little bit more, it's just better for you. It's more refined in my opinion, and it's definitely got a much deeper taste to it. So, you know, you can use it in all kinds of stuff, like all kinds of baking. You can use it, you know, however you choose to use it. Oh, it all got to the top. So like I said, either powder is good for you, whatever you want to do. What you're gonna need is about 4 tablespoons of it, and not necessarily heaping, because you don't want it to be too dry. Just kind of nice and creamy. And you can order this on Amazon. You can order it through Anthony's Organics online. It doesn't have to be, you know, like you see it. So and then you're gonna need about 1/4 of a cup of coconut milk, almond milk, something like that. That'll do. Again, you know, I don't measure. And here's the thing, is I always like to keep an avocado back, because if you feel like it's not gonna be enough, like, or too much, like you put too much powder in, then just go ahead and add some extra avocado in. And you really want an avocado that's kind of soft. Like I said, this one is just tough. It's really, that, like, again, that's what happens when you buy from the store, is you don't really, and it came in like one of those bags, you know, so that way, yeah, I'm not even gonna fool with this. Ideally, I really wanted 3 avocados in here. But you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna sit here and you're gonna blend it up till it's nice, creamy, and smooth. It gives you that pudding-like texture. And then you are good to go. So I really love this. I think it's delicious. I think it's way better alternative to having a dessert than just going and getting something out of a box. There's nothing wrong with a box. Trust me, I've used plenty of boxes. But again, we're just trying to change up how we consume food and just getting, you know, raw, natural food from nature to the best of our ability. That's really key and important. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this up, and then as soon as it's done, I'm gonna bring you guys back and show you what the final product looks like. All right, friends, so here is our final product. Super simple, super easy. You know, just keep blending it until it gets soft for you, or to your liking. And you can add a little bit of like Cool Whip or coconut whip to it. You know, just keep, you can add a little bit more almond milk or coconut milk if you feel like you need it to be a little more creamy and not so thick. Some people like theirs a little bit thicker, but perfect. Tastes just like pudding. You'd never know it was avocado, promise you. Super delicious. Yeah. So there you go. For people who say they don't like avocado, add a little cacao, add a little bit of cocoa to it, mix it up. You could even do a touch of vanilla and it would be perfect. All right, everyone, so there you go. Super beautiful, easy recipe. All right, everyone, until next time, love one another, be kind, and I will see you all in my next video.